Hello students, I'm Rakesh Chauhan working as PGT Physics in Suraj Group of Schools. I welcome you all in the e-learning classes of physics. Today we are going to discuss about average and instantaneous acceleration. In our last video, we have discussed about average speed and average velocity, instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. We have also solved one example on average speed and average velocity. So here in this video we will discuss first about average and instantaneous acceleration, and thereafter try to solve some numerical problems on this topic as well as the last topic which we have studied in our last video, that was instantaneous velocity and speed. So let us start with average acceleration. Average acceleration. So as you all know that average is always taken over a particular time interval. Whenever average acceleration, we are talking about average acceleration or average velocity or average speed. So you might have remembered that average is taken for a time interval. Okay, so the acceleration which is calculated over a time period is known as average acceleration. So how it can be defined? It can be defined as the change in velocity, or you can say speed, change in velocity per unit time interval. Okay, so average acceleration can be written as a average vector is equals to change in velocity, suppose delta v vector, and change in time or time interval, that is delta t. And this delta v vector can be written as v2 vector minus v1 vector, where v2 vector is final velocity and v1 vector is initial velocity, and t2 minus t1 we can write down the delta t. So this formula you must remember about average acceleration. Okay, now let us talk about instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration, which is represented by simply a. So as we have discussed in case of instantaneous velocity can be defined as the rate of change of displacement, or it is defined at a particular instant or moment. So in the same way, here also we can say that instantaneous acceleration is defined for a moment or a instant, or when the time interval actually becomes infinitesimally small, then the acceleration is said to be in instantaneous acceleration. So for deriving the formula of instantaneous acceleration with the help of average acceleration, what we need to do, we will simply put the time interval delta t tends to 0. If the time interval approaches to be small and small, or approaches to 0, then the average acceleration can be said to be as instantaneous acceleration. So from this equation, if I say this is equation first, so average acceleration we all know can be defined as delta v divided by delta t. Now putting or taking the limit delta t tends to 0 both sides. If I put this limit of time both sides of this equation, so I can write down here limit delta t tends to 0 average acceleration is equals to limit delta t tends to 0, and this is delta v upon delta t. So this becomes instantaneous acceleration, which we have discussed. Instantaneous acceleration is nothing but the acceleration at a moment. So if the time interval tends to 0, then this becomes, instantaneous acceleration, which is denoted by simply a. So a vector can be defined or written as, when we put the limit delta t tends to 0 here, so this delta will become small d, or this is bigger change and d represent smaller change. So while putting this limit into this, we can write down it as dv upon dt, as in case of displacement also, or instantaneous velocity also, we have put dx upon dt in place of delta x upon delta t. So this is the formula of instantaneous acceleration, and which can be defined as the time rate of change of velocity. So how you will define instantaneous acceleration? The acceleration at a moment or instant is said to be instantaneous acceleration. That is the general definition. But from here you can define the instantaneous acceleration in a better way. And what is that better way? Instantaneous acceleration can be defined as the rate of change of velocity. Rate of dv upon dt, or d upon dt is the represent the rate of change of, or time rate of change of velocity vector. So this is how we can write the formulas of average acceleration and instantaneous acceleration. Let us have a numerical problem on instantaneous velocity, average velocity, instantaneous acceleration and average acceleration, so that this topic might be clear to you. So let us have a numerical problem on the topic instantaneous velocity, instantaneous acceleration, average velocity and average acceleration. So the question, we try to read it out. The displacement time relation of a particle is given as x is equals to t minus 1 whole square. This is the relation between displacement and time for a particle which is in motion. Find the average velocity between t is equals to 1 second to t is equal to 3 seconds. So this is the time interval over which we have to find out the average velocity of the particle, which is related by this equation. Also find the velocity of the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds. So this will be the instantaneous velocity, because we have to find out the velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. So this is a moment or instant. So we have to find out the instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds, and we have to find out the average velocity between t is equal to 1 second to t is equal to 3 seconds. So I hope this question might have cleared you that what we have to do. Now how to solve this question? First, what is given? X is equals to t minus 1 whole square. It can be written as simply t square minus twice t plus 1. Using a minus b whole square formula, we can write it down as t square minus 2t plus 1. Now we have to find out the average velocity. So what is the formula for average velocity? We have written the formula for average velocity as average velocity can be written as the change in velocity upon change in time, which can be written as v2 minus v1 upon t2 minus t1. Now question comes in our mind that what is, or this is not the formula of average velocity, this is the formula of average acceleration. Average velocity can be represented as change in displacement upon change in time. So in place of v here we will write down as x. So x2 minus x1. Okay, what is x2? So x2 is the displacement at t2 time, and x1 is the displacement at t1 time, or we can say x2 is the position at t2 time, x1 is the position at t1 time. So position, is there any relation between position and time? Yes, This is the relation. So using this relation we can write down the value of x by simply putting the value of t. So x2, which can be written as x is equals to x at t2, or t2 is given as here 3 seconds. So if we put the value of t2 in this equation as 3, so we can have 3 square minus twice into 3 plus 1. 9 minus 6 comes out to be 3 plus 1, that is 4 meter. So this is the displacement at time t is equal to 3 seconds, which is x2. Now similarly x1 is x at t1 is equal to 1 second. And if I put t is equal to 1 here in this equation, so if I put t is equal to 1, 1 minus 1 becomes 0. So this is 0 meter. So position at 1 second t is equal to 1 second was 0, and position at t is equal to 3 second is 4 meter. Now putting these values of x2 and x1 into this equation, we can easily find out the value of average velocity, which is x2, that is x2 is 4 meter minus x1 is 0 divided by t2 is 3 seconds minus t1 is 1 second. So 4 divided by 2 means 2 meter per second. So this is the answer of the first part, in which we have to find out the value of average velocity between t is equal to 1 second to t is equal to 3 seconds. Now let us try the second part of this question, in which we have to find out the instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. So I hope you will not be confused that where to use this formula or where to use the formula of instantaneous velocity, because if the time interval is given, then we will use the formula of average, and if at a particular instant acceleration or velocity is being asked, then you will use the formula of instantaneous velocity or instantaneous acceleration. So here at t is equal to 2 second, we have to find out the velocity, means we have to find out the instantaneous velocity. What is the formula for instantaneous velocity? Instantaneous velocity, we have written the formula v is equals to dx upon dt, means rate of change of displacement or position is known as instantaneous velocity. Now what we are going to do, we will differentiate this equation with respect to time. Now how to solve differentiation we will study in our next video, in which we are going to discuss about some mathematical tools which are extensively useful in physics, or which are widely going to be used in physics in 11th, 12th or in higher classes also. So the role of integration, differentiation, or which commonly known as calculus, is very much in physics. So next video I have dedicated for the mathematical tools used in physics. So for the time being, you can remember this formula that if I want to differentiate x raised to the power n with respect to x, which is known as d by dx of x raised to the power n, so the formula is n x n minus 1. This power is taken out and multiplied with x n minus 1. This power is decreased by 1. So this is the formula of differentiation which we are going to apply here, and this is the formula of mathematics, in fact, which we will study in our next video, which is dedicated for the mathematical tools extensively used in physics. So here if I put the value of x here, so x is t square minus 2t, t square minus 2t plus 1, and the differentiation of t square using this formula will be 2t or twice t, and the differentiation of minus 2t will be minus 2, and the differentiation of constant is always 0, so it comes out to be 0. So this is the velocity v is equals to 2t minus 2. Okay, now we have to find out the value of instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. So simply put the value of t is equal to 2 seconds into this equation. So velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds comes out to be 2 into 2 minus 2, that is 2 meter per second. So both the answers are 2 meter per second, which is a coincidence. Otherwise, the method to find out these average velocity and instantaneous velocity is quite different. So let us move on the next question of this topic. The displacement time relation of a particle is given as x is equals to t cube plus 2t plus 1. This is the xt relation we have been given for a particle. We have to find the average acceleration between t is equal to 1 second to 3 second, and also we have to find out the acceleration at t is equal to 2 second, that is instantaneous acceleration. So first, given x is equals to t cube plus twice t plus 1. So we can differentiate it and find out the instantaneous velocity. So instantaneous velocity is dx upon dt. Why we are differentiating it, you will understand when the need of this formula when we are finding out the average acceleration as well as instantaneous acceleration. So the differentiation of displacement with respect to time gives velocity. You must always remember, and this is we have derived this formula of instantaneous velocity. It is the rate of change of displacement, and using this formula, differentiation of x raised to the power n is equals to nxn minus 1. We can solve this as d upon dt differentiation of t cube plus twice t plus 1, which is comes out to be, the differentiation of t cube will be 3t square. This power is here and the power is 1 less, that is 3 minus 1, that is 2, so t square. Similarly, here the power is 1, so 1 minus 1 becomes 0. That means the t will be disappear here, so only 2 will be coming out here. 2 multiplied by the power, that is 1. So it is 2 and t raised to the power 0 in fact, and the differentiation of 1 is 0. So any term which is having power 0 is 1. So it is 3t square plus twice. Okay, so this is the instantaneous velocity. We will use this formula further to finding out the velocity at any time t. Although the velocity is not been asked, but it will be utilized while we are applying the formula for average acceleration. Now, what was the formula of average acceleration? So average acceleration, if you can remember, average acceleration, A average is equals to change in velocity upon change in time, which can be written as v2 minus v1 upon t2 minus t1. Now what is v2? v2 is the velocity of the particle at time t2, and we have the relation between velocity and time, so we can find out v2 as v at t is equal to 3 seconds. So if I put the value of t 3 here, so 3 into 3 square, that is 9 plus 2, so it comes out to be how much? 9 3 is 27 plus 2, that is 29 meter per second. Okay, similarly we can find out the value of v1, which is velocity at t is equal to 1 second. So if I put t is equal to 1 here, so it becomes t 3 into 1 plus 2, that is 5 meter per second. So these are the values of velocity at t is equal to 3 second and t is equal to 1 second. Simply put these values into this, so we can find out the average acceleration. v2 is 29 meter per second, v1 is 5 meter per second, divided by t2 is 3 and t1 is 1. So it comes out to be 24 divided by 2, 12 meter per second square. This is the value of average acceleration. This is our first answer. Now we have also to find out the instantaneous acceleration at t is equal to 2 seconds. So what is the formula for instantaneous acceleration? You will say instantaneous acceleration we have derived as a is equals to rate of change of velocity dv upon dt. Now what is the value of v? So you will say the value of velocity in terms of t, or the velocity time relation, is this. So we have to again differentiate this equation with respect to time. So if you differentiate displacement with respect to time, it gives velocity or instantaneous velocity. If you differentiate velocity with respect to time, then it gives acceleration. So d upon dt of velocity, that is 3t square plus 2, and the differentiation of this 3t square will be this power will be multiplied by 3, so it will become 6, and power will be decreased by 1, that is t raised to the power 1, that is t, and this is constant. The differentiation of constant is always 0. So acceleration is 60, but this is acceleration at any moment t, but we have to find out the acceleration at t is equal to 2 seconds. So simply putting the value of t is equal to 2 seconds here in this equation, we can have 6 into 2, that is 12 meter per second square. So this is the instantaneous acceleration at t is equal to 2 seconds, and this is the average acceleration between interval t is equal to 1 second to t is equal to 3 seconds. So I hope the concept of instantaneous acceleration, instantaneous velocity, average acceleration and average velocity you might have cleared through these two videos, previous video and this video. So you can practice more and more numericals of such concepts, so that you can gain more and more confidence. So thank you very much for watching this video, and if you like this video, please don't forget to share this video among your friends. Thank you very much once again for watching this video.